했어요. 그래서 좀 얘기를 더 많이 했던 것 같아요. 그 연습보다는 일단 얘기를 하고 어떻게 풀어가야 할지를 좀 얘기를 많이 했던 것 같아요. 약간 이겨야 된다는 부담감이 더 클 것 같아요.
Welcome back to the 2014 League of Legends World Championship as I'm joined here by Zero from Starhorn Royal Club. After that impressive victory yesterday. First up, Zero, yesterday after losing 2 games in a row, knowing that Uzi is down and you can't communicate with him that well, how did you overcome that moment?
어제 경기 때 이제 2연패한 후에 이제 우지 선수가 이제 많이 멘탈적으로 힘들어한 게 보였었는데 이제 언어가 틀린 상황에서 어떻게 그 상황을 극복하셨나요?
일단 그때 우지 선수만이 아니라 팀 전체가 멘탈이 나갔는데 우지 선수하고 팀원 전체가 서로 믿고 있기 때문에 그렇게 다시 5경기 때 좋은 모습을 보여준 것 같아요.
Like even though we don't speak the same language, like we just have this trust and we have this great team chemistry. So I think as a team we overcome that hard time.
Definitely. What a victory. What did it mean for you to be able to put on that performance in front of what is your home crowd here in Korea?
이렇게 홈 관중과 한국 관중 앞에서 좋은 경기력을 보여주는 그 소감이 어떠신가요?
일단 제가 한국에서는 되게 안 좋은 경기력만 보였는데 중국 가서 되게 놀라운 실력을 가지고 이렇게 롤드컵이라는 무대에서 제 실력을 재평가받을 수 있는 기회를 갖게 돼서 되게 기뻐요.
So when I was playing Korea before, I wasn't that good. But after I went to China, I think I improved a lot. And I'm really glad that I'm able to show that performance in front of the home crowd.
Well, you'll be able to show more in the semi-final. After what you've seen here from OMG, how much more dangerous do you think they are with Cloud in their lineup?
지금 OMG 팀의 경기력을 봤을 때 클라우드 선수가 합류한 뒤로 많이 달라진 것 같은데요. 어떻게 클라우드 선수 합류한 뒤로 더 위협적인 팀이 된 것 같나요?
일단은 클라우드가 합류한 것도 되게 도움이 된다고 생각하는데 제가 볼 때는 꼬고잉 선수가 워낙 잘하고 더 좋은 실력을 보여주고 있기 때문에 OMG가 이렇게 유리하게 이길 수 있는 것 같아요.
I agree that OMG improved a lot after Cloud joined the team, but I think Going is actually the actual key player, and because of his really good performance, I think OMG is playing really well.
All right, well, thank you very much, Zero, giving the props there to Going. And as for us, we're going to dive straight into Game 3 with our casters.
Thank you very much, Shock. So far, we have seen OMG absolutely come out and stun NaJin Whiteshield in 2 straight games. They've swept the series with a win here. It would put them in the semi-finals against Starhorn Royal Club, and of course, that would be another epic all-China clash.
Yeah.
They've faced them twice in the playoffs this summer already, and came out 3-2 in both occasions. What a semi-final that would be. We've already got a fantastic semi-final set up, but
This is a best of 5.
this is a best of 5,
we could have 3
and
more.
NaJin Whiteshield have come back from 2-0 deficits before.
And they're going to change up their pick and ban phase, for sure. I mean, you're not going to go in first pick the Z again.
Well, you never know.
Unless maybe they ban something like the Janna pick here. I don't know what the plan will be, but I'm expecting them to change it up.
Yeah, I think they should change it up again too. But the problem is, the first time they changed it up, it was a really knee-jerk reaction change that they made. They're like, oh, we just got beat by Aurelia and Lee Sin. Let's ban out Aurelia and Lee Sin.
Yeah, and give Rise.
And we're not even going to like first pick either one of those. We take that instead.
It's reacting in a best of 5.
But just so you ban Aurelia and you give him Rise, which you would have picked anyway.
You have to get to the root cause. They're just like one step down. They're like, okay, that problem is solved.
Right. I mean, we're going to have to see what they will ban here. They are on blue side, so we'll have first pick.
I think one thing we're seeing here is actually OMG have a much better advantage than NaJin Whiteshield in pick and bans because they have a bigger champion pool overall.
Looks like it's so far, at least. I mean, especially cool in the mid lane with the Jace pick we saw before. Massive champion pool Going in the top lane as well. Aurelia again, straight at him.
Now this time, Shield, if they do it again and Rise is still up,
They're gonna
you
first pick
definitely
it.
expect the first pick for them.
They will.
So
So-
it has to be banned out by OMG.
Props to San. San was considered the weakest member of this team coming into Worlds. He's drawn a Lucian ban. This is
Well,
not the
Dada.
first time we've seen it in quarterfinals. We can forget Dada. Dada's not on the team anymore. Well, he is. He's still a sub. But complete reactionary bans from NaJin Whiteshield this time.
Completed. And now, OMG, Lee Sin is open.
They're going to ban Rise, surely.
Good.
Oh.
Okay, nice. So they actually
Oh,
leave
wow.
the Sin open.
And
They're
then
going to
give
get
the
it on
Rise.
the second Rise.
Here.
This.
Okay.
So we have the same deal again where this Aurelia ban technically doesn't matter because the Rise pickup coming in for OMG. But what they did with the very last ban here was what White Shield didn't want to do in the last game. Leave both Rise and Lee Sin open. They get one, and you get one for yourself.
And it's like, you ban my Lucian, I'll steal your Corki. See what Zephyr comes up with. Will it be the Twitch now?
It kind of gives them all of the control of the mid game here because it's any other AD carrier will be so hard pressed to match up against Corki for that mid game.
Would have to be Twitch. Get the blade and then start looking around for the picks here if they want to have some mid-game power themselves on the side of White Shield. So I really like the Corki pickup. I like the Lucians from OMG saying we want to make sure we can control early mid-game. We don't want to let White Shield just slowly get into late game with some late game scaling comp here. And that's why they've been focusing so much on mid-game AD carries.
To be fair to White Shield here, having Lee Sin on watch is really big for them.
Of course.
His performance, when he was performing really well in the gauntlet, he was on Lee Sin. He had a lot of good games with Lee Sin. And if you focus the Rise early and they can keep that Rise down, then it might not turn out so bad for them. Going not on a carry champion this time around, though. Going with the tank, so it's going to be about that team fight. And they have matched the Trinity Force build path at least.
That's true. So they get the Trinity Force, which will be very good for this mid game, but Maokai for save is not a pick I expected to see him play. It's been banned in every single game by White Shield before this pick here. They left it open. OMG wanted the Rise pick instead. I wonder how Save is going to perform on a tank now.
Well, the thing is, they were team fighting so much last game without a team fight team. Now,
that's definitely the change.
Now they've got a team fight team. So even though he hasn't used it before, you can see the direction that they're going with. And this is a very clear game plan this time around. They've got the Maokai, Peel for the Kog'Maw. Great team fighting here.
Okay, Janna's pick this time around will keep, again, like you said, that mid-game spike is going to be huge for OMG, and it's what worked out in Singapore for every team, honestly, involved in that one. The fact that they can keep on pushing, keep on poking, it does leave, of course, Cool the chance to counter whatever mid laner Gung wants to pick up here. Gorilla, we saw him playing Nami in the group stages to absolute great success. Fantastic pick for him.
He can take Orianna here for Gung, because he's on blue side. We've seen it before. It's a safe laner. Cool has the option to counter pick him, and Orianna would fit well into this really team fight focused comp.
Yeah, Orianna not really easy to counter pick. There's not hard counters to her in lane, so safe. So it's fine for him to blind pick that.
Is he going to go Ahri? Is he going to try and pick something to...
They have Janna and they have Corki, so they have decent poke, and they could go Jace again. Pick, though.
Jace is banned away, though, so they have to look for something else. And it's not like we see him play Zeref. Normally, that's not a champion we've seen Cole play, so Ahri will probably be the expected one, so you have even more mid-game power with the Corki pick. You have the Kha'Zix as well. For the pick potential between the two, the single target damage, and you have the Rune Prison
Zed
from
in
Rise.
The full team fight.
Yeah, I would prefer Ahri.
Yeah, this goes back to pick and bans last game, except the places are swapped here.
Yeah, we see OMG when Zed is open, they don't early pick it. Like, it's not like a top priority pick for them. They wait for the very last pick with the Zed, which was why it was so strange in the last two games that White Shield early picked Zed.
Okay, they're going to rely on splitting up these team fights then. The double assassin here, going to be pretty big for OMG. Can they work around this very solid team fight of Shield?
Yeah, so I feel like the reason they don't go Ahri here is because they would get outscaled going into like the big late game team fights, and that would be a bit scary for them. And instead saying we take Zed. Now we actually want to try and split it up a little bit and start split pushing around, but OMG is not a team who normally favors split pushing at all. They always look to team fight. I wonder how Cool is going to play this Zed.
Yeah, if there was one of the teams out of the LPL to be the split pushing teams, I'd probably give that hat to OMG.
Well, Royal Club, I would say, would be probably the main split pushing team. And then OMG, again, what they do going especially is always he's going to push out the wave, and then he's going to like TP down or run down and like flank around and join the fight and help everyone else. Like the kill participation for OMG, every single member is above 70%, I believe it was, because they do things as a unit, as a team.
That's true.
Now they have to split it up and start going 1-3-1.
Well, we'll see how it works out for them. We did question, of course, coming into this match, whether they were going to change things up, go towards that Orianna in the mid lane, get that big clump, that defense, and get Zephyr going, because he's not been involved, really, in these last few matches. So, you guys at home, which team do you think has the edge for these match. These lineups, of course, locked in. Tweet us at LOL Esports and use the hashtag NWS win or hashtag OMG win, and we'll highlight your votes in the game. Remember, OMG, they are 2-0 up right now. Can they be the only team to make a clean sweep here? And it would be a shocker, that's for sure, because a lot of people, myself included, had NaJin Whiteshield down to take a fairly simple victory here, but OMG, they really have turned up to play in this quarterfinals. Can they make it to Seoul? Can they reach the semi-finals for that epic clash once again with Starhorn Royal Club? We will find out. Level 1 plays have been fairly testy between the teams in the last 2 matches. Nobody gaining too many big advantage other than OMG, of course, in that opening start. But with Gorilla on Nami, it's a risk. You can't blindly face check into those bushes.
And Goong has decided to go with the barrier on Orianna instead of the exhaust. Now, exhaust better in those team fights, but he will have a lot of shields to make sure that he doesn't get 100%ed or dove if Lovelink plus Cool decide to pressure him early.
We had the analyst that's talking about how Gorilla wasn't on one of his main champions. Now he got a Nami, most played champion in summer, and we've seen it already here at Worlds.
Oh yeah, he's
insane.
Yeah, really good Nami games.
Lane switches coming in. You can see it's Corky heading top. San, along with Cloud, are making the move. How they're going to react to it. It's going to be a 5-man invade, actually. OMG all going in. Right. You do see Watch was up here around the mid lane, so he was ready to react to this one. He is going to get spotted. He's going to pass straight by a ward that OMG have. So we'll see whether this is an even trade or whether OMG just want to ward it out.
So they are going to go for the lane swap, it looks like here. It looks like they're going to group the wave as well to try and get it pushing against them.
Well, they're pinging it. Watch wants to
San
go for
is
it.
in position.
I mean, so they already warded the buffs here.
Yep.
Which means they're basically just going to trade buffs because there's the ward to spot if White Shield was starting a 3 buff on their own blue side here. So therefore they warded and can now take red buff and go in there.
Both duo laners holding the lane there as well. You just saw, of course, Gorilla holding it up. San did the exact same. OMG are going to go for that invade. But just like last game, Save is sticking around in this top lane. He's got those saplings. He can sneak in a couple of last hits if he lands them right. And it will be tricky to keep him away from that experience, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get dove early on.
Yeah, he's got to have that timer in his head. He had it last time. Back out before they get pushed in.
Yeah, they might
Circling
run
around
him
him.
here.
They're making sure
they're
he
going
doesn't
up the rain.
making sure he doesn't get away this time. They have him trapped.
Uh-oh, Save in trouble. Teleport, going away, he's going to the tower. Is he going to get interrupted? It is! That's going to cancel it. He's got much available, but this is brilliantly controlled. And that was gifted across the go-going.
And this right here is why you normally don't stand under your tower in these lane swaps when you know the enemy team has 4 members on the top side of the map, because it is so easy for them to just walk up and dive you. We saw Gorilla recall from the bottom lane to try and come up and help him, but that was just way too late. He should never stand there. That's why people are running with the junglers in the start, farming before they start going out into these lanes.
Man, Cloud really earning his spot here too. Really good sub in right there. Able to stop the stop the teleport as well as tank the turret. Oh, cleanly executed dive that does earn going his tier. Now he'll be stacking up pretty happily down there versus Zephyr.
Yeah, inside 4 minutes to get the tier. Very happy with that. Absolutely worked out wonderful. Easy, son. Goes into the last shadow. Not sure if he wanted to do that or not. Goong, sorry, making him pay. Cloud warding out the red buff back off, giving vision, spotting out where the Watch comes looking for any of these ganks in his mid lane, and actually a bit of an invade from OMG here. They're going to try and catch Watch out. Or are they going straight back? Yeah, they're going to try and catch him out.
At least get some deep wards first so you can start spotting the junglers. They have to go down bottom lane and push out the wave here because going is very far up the lane. There's 2 members. So this
Room Prison down. That's
get
going
it
to
into
catch
the
him.
tower there.
Void spot, so that will bounce it. That's all they needed.
Yeah. Basically, they want to have the wave into the tower to reset it so Zephyr couldn't freeze it, and they might look for more fights.
Oh, Aqua Prison catches on going. Have they got the damage? He flashes away. The exhaust will be enough. Zephyr will get himself. No! It went to Gorilla. That's not key to kill though, nonetheless.
It is a kill, and going at such a great start down this bottom lane, getting a lot of farms.
Sand now getting caught out. Save pushing in towards him with a twisted advance and sapling toss. That will take him lower than he expected. And he's forced away as well.
So basically have these like one-on-ones now in this side lane. Top lane is getting some farms. Going though, didn't flash the bubble, and therefore Gorilla could set up nicely.
Top lane is shoved up pretty far though. Save still has his flash, but the jungle and support roam here already headed up there. He's got to have a feeling about this because they haven't seen jungle or support in quite a long time. Save's instincts do tell him to back off to safety.
The ward gives him the vision.
Now he has the vision.
I think he's just sapling tossed into the bush before he backs away. Still hasn't backed though. Maybe expecting, is he going to get support come in time? I'm not sure. I don't think they're going to dive in that quick yet. He's going to back away.
Going, he's enjoying his time down this bottom lane.
Cool caught out. Aqua Prison on him. Watch is going to come through. It's only the jungler and support though that are laying down the damage because Gung had gone back to 5, but got to be happy with that. That will force him back early. Gorilla being very aggressive this time around.
But setting up some good bubbles, applying a lot of pressure onto OMG here and actually even it out in goal almost. Tell a lie, still 5 on the goal, but at least got a kill down this bottom lane onto going. And so far in this lane swap, there's been the dive in top lane. Save, he might be in trouble again.
Loveland saw Save go past there. That ward in the lane. This is going to be another dive. He's got flash available still. I'm not sure if this is going to work out quite as successfully for OMG. Well, it was early, but they didn't follow through on it. They're just instead going to churn down that turret. The minion wave is going to get cleared out. Save will have the support of Watch by the next time this wave pushes in.
Meanwhile, Gorilla again, down this bottom lane. Zephyr can handle himself in this one-on-one. They don't get to the 9 if I'm from going, but it means Gorilla can roam around the map and join in for these fights here. Safe.
Ooh, tower push catching on him. Look, in trouble. Kick comes through. Watch, not quite close enough. Didn't go for the flash. Hasn't got level 6, so he couldn't do the kick. But as you mentioned, Zephyr is quite confident on the bottom lane. Going struggling.
Well, he's a Rise, though, getting a lot of farm early on here, so he's actually pretty happy so far because he's getting the solo lane experience, even though it is a lane swap.
And he's getting chunked down, he's out of regeneration, but his teleport's coming back up. So even though Zephyr has this lane constantly shoved and he's doing a good job harassing under turret, going has the tier, at least he's stacking up his mana, he's getting those last hits.
Yeah, the fact Zephyr keeps pushing in the lane is even better for going. Yes, your tower will take a lot of damage, but you will be there. He can never zone you away from the minion. And you get all the experience, you get all the farm you need. Go back now, you have teleport ready. Just rejoin, get a cannon minion.
Well, that was a red buff steal by Watch. Came around, got in there. Teleport being used by going to get back down the bottom lane, clear that out. As you mentioned, still stacking out. But we're seeing considerably more aggression from NaJin White. So Gorilla especially looking a lot more confident on his Nami.
Now White also have teleport advantage now, and with the dual lane showing top this early on, they're already calling Save down to the dragon area. Or to the mid lane area, maybe they go for something here. Deep ward again placed in the red side jungle here of OMG to protect Save further.
Looks like it's going to be Sam going back for his first buy. Expect the Phage to be coming out there. Max off. Phage, oh, we went for the Sheen actually. Phage was picked up by Zephyr on his first back, and of course now we're at this tricky time with the lane swap. You've got to be careful you don't give up too much dragon control, which you see Watch warding out. Maybe considering this one. They forced Cool back quite a few times in that mid lane. He's losing out in the trade to Gung at the moment on Orianna.
Yeah, it's very hard for Zed against Orianna once she gets a blue buff and she picks up her arm guard here, the first armor item, and she has a barrier to actually kill her, which means she will always just outpoke you, keep the CS lead, keep pushing it in, and that's what Gung has been doing on this Orianna here. Going still sitting down his bottom lane. He doesn't really want to go top because he doesn't have teleport ready, and Zephyr keeps pushing in the minions to him.
And he's also has this pink ward here that's been protecting him from that dive. And since they haven't even made a move to try and go for that dive, it's going to stay there as long as he needs. Does give him plenty of warning.
Gorilla is everywhere on the map right now. He's been roaming so much. Cool having to protect that pink ward, but he can't. And that will be taken as he watched the support coming in. NaJin White Shield, they're grouping, they're going Dragon.
So the duo again showing top. Now Shield finally go for that answer. Took them a while, but they did get it done. And Gorilla, as you mentioned, he went with that early mobility boots build as opposed to the early sight zone build here for Cloud. So Gorilla is able to roam quicker, but Cloud is going to be able to keep up his vision more efficiently.
Yeah, we actually see early mobility boots for Gorilla pretty much every single game he plays because he wants to be able to roam around, be part of the applying pressure on the map.
Yeah, a lot of their early success in the group stages were from the bottom lane winning here for Shield and Gorilla roaming very quickly to create plays elsewhere. Mid lane, though, does have Loveling as well as Cool collapsing.
Oh, they're going for it. Stealth comes out of Loveling. Void Spike leveled up. Will catch on. There goes Cool. Have they got the damage? The Shockwave pulls them both back, but it will be the kill for Cool. And that may well put some pressure on the mid lane turret.
It's definitely going to put some pressure, and they might even be able to clear out some of these pink wards that are hindering Cool's roam. Did get OMG confused earlier, not the split push team, but being able to roam is really big for Cool. Being able to roam from the mid lane with that Zed is going to be big for them towards the mid game.
Yeah, and there's a lot of defensive ping still to clear for them. White Shield is invested into a lot of them early on, and because Gorilla was roaming around, they've been able to defend them pretty much since the start and just kept them up. But a kill for Cool that is very important on the Zed, because we have seen 2 games in a row now. Goong never got going on Zed, never had an impact in the game. Cool really needs to show how he plays Zed.
And remember, this is Cool who he got last year. Fizz banned against him all the time. These roaming assassins are definitely something that he knows how to play and can thrive on.
Oh, Gorilla not going to catch, and that was a pretty good trade for OMG. Zephyr gave as good as he got, though, trying to turn it back around. Them ultimates are catching on San. As it stands, very even across the lanes. It's going with a big advantage that's built up because Save, of course, had to go down and get that dragon, which meant he lost out on a lot of that experience that he will regain, though. Going has shoved that wave all the way up, so that will all be recouped as they try and pressure San. Zephyr really is working well in this trade right now.
Yeah, this is a very good lane for White Shield because they have the sustain advantage from Nami, and also they have better poke, so if there's long poke fights, they will win out. OMG only has like the quick burst from Corki with the shield from Jenna to try and win the trades.
Flash available for Goong. Remember, he got caught down again. Is it going to be enough damage? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Goong has to do one more shot. He will go down. Watch managed to pick him off to make it an even trade. The kill, of course, went to Watch in there, but the save had to come down. He did miss out on a lot of CS in that top lane.
Goong had some great dodges right there. He was able to juke enough. He was gonna live, but Watch kicks over going to secure his death and the trade.
Oh, it's
not over yet.
Yeah, Watch is still in there. We see that Loveling is sitting around the side. He's going to face check in.
Flanking in.
Watch gets the vision. Teleport comes around. The slow on Watch. In comes going around the side. He's going down. And OMG once again begin to turn the screws in the early game.
Another great teleport from going. Another kill is going to give them control of mid lane. They could shove in on this. 3 kills this early on Rise.
Again.
Stop giving him this champion, guys.
If you do want to give him the Rise and you have the lane swap, why don't you just put your focus on denying him the farm in bottom lane?
They didn't even attempt that dive. His pink ward lasted so long.
So last time around, he got the Rod of Ages fairly early on. He didn't go for the tier early, but he's had the tier since pre-minute 4. That's stacking out well. Rod of Ages almost completed. He's going to become a monster so quickly. 20-minute mark. He's going to be very hard to stop.
White Shield had every chance to try and shut him down in the lane swap, but Save was standing at his tower in top lane, dying, and had no reason to be there at all.
OMG have pulled the split push call, though. They've got Cool down bottom. He's already got his Cutlass plus the Brutalizer, and he does have pressure on the turret. Not very good ward coverage, though, to keep that up. So this minion wave will probably get cleaned up.
It's going to have some deep wards in if you want to start pushing up on these towers. And White Shield, I mean, every time they see Cool in the bottom side of the map or the top side, they can group up at least with 4 members in this mid lane and just keep Save in the side lane to try and prevent the push. And when he has teleport ready, he can always join in for the fights, and if we start sieging down towers, Orianna is such a good pick for it.
The thing is, with OMG, with having so much aggression, going, drawing so much attention, Cool drawing so much attention, the weakness was always San in the early game. Once he made the late game, once he got to the team fight, his position was never in doubt. And again, he's getting all the free time in the world, sitting in mid lane. Everybody's going down to Cool. Everybody's looking at going. They're making the plays, and he's just sitting there, pumping out the shots. He's going to build up the rockets. The Triforce is well on its way of being complete. And again, the mid-game spike that we've been talking about in the pick and ban phase is going to be huge for OMG again.
Zephyr's not exactly a huge lane bully either. So both of them, they're like, oh, okay, we'll both get sort of to our mid game, both get our Trinity forces, and pull the team fights. We really have to watch Save in the team fights on this Maokai, though. As we said, hasn't picked it. They ban it out all the time. However, my confidence in his team fighting ability is definitely there.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We just have to see how he performs as a tank and not a carry type in this game here. And San is going to love this game because his job is basically to sit in mid lane and wave clear forever while his side lanes will go going. And Cool does all the work.
Remember back to the days, though, of Save with Shyvana split pushing, getting super, super beefy. Right now, he's definitely at a CS deficit, though. Could get to that point with Maokai.
Lovely, not quite so sneaky, stood on a ward in that bush. They haven't swept it out just yet. Cool has backed off, got himself Pleasure Rune completed along with that Brutalizer. Dragon up in a second, and this is some big key items, but the Triforce not completed by San, where Zephyr has got it. So it's a back and forth trade. Rod of Ages also completed by Going, not completed by Save.
It is a big deal with the lack of Trinity Force here for San. If we do get a fight, for now they're just fighting over the river, trying to get the wards down. Pretty much everything has actually been cleared out so far, and White Shield taking control.
Now, this is a tricky situation. Cloud split away from his team. The rest are coming around the side, but a Flash Monsoon is not something you can sniff at. Loveling caught out, leaps away. Oh, the kick from Watch, just at the right time. That leap does manage to give him safety. Those Howling Gales, they're creating havoc for NaJin Whiteshield, but they've started the Dragon.
Yeah, and you don't want your Gana to be on the other side. You need him to be with your team.
He's trying to get through the river here. What? Yeah, you really can't do that.
I don't think they should be fighting either. They need to back away from this one safe. Trying to get the Twisted Advance down. They will take the Dragon, and that keeps NaJin Whiteshield close in goal.
So OMG realized, first of all, our support is on the wrong side here, so he won't be able to help us. We don't have our Trinity Force completed on our AD carry yet, and the Z pick for a potential team fight would make it a bit risky, so decided to not go for it, which is a smart move and very different compared to what I've seen in LPL from time to time, where it's, oh, is the Dragon up? Let's go fight. Here they actually say, we're in a bad position, let's just back away.
Saves walking straight into a trap here. Cool's ready to pounce as he's going. Can they lock on towards him? Zephyr is with them on the side there, but it's a trap that NaJin Whiteshield were ready for. In goes Cool, he gets caught out. Going gets himself a kill. It could be a hit-run maneuver, and NaJin Whiteshield are found lacking. They couldn't chase quick enough, and OMG get away with a kill, but it's gonna be the tower for NaJin Whiteshield.
A little bit quicker collapse there from Going and Cool. They were able to get the assassination off. See how this Jen and Corki combo can do defending this turret. They've got plenty of poke here, and Jen can shield.
Phosphorus bomb goes down. San has backup. In comes Loveling, and the tower is held off. San takes a big bit of damage there. Gotta be careful. Goon,
teleport is available if they go for this dive. There is a teleport for Going. However, right now he's farming up bottom. They would not want to have to blow that teleport. Save could as well answer.
Should be tower for White Shield by forcing San and Cloud back here. So even though they lost the trade before, I actually believe Cool managed to dodge the shockwave with his own ulti, like he was in the ulti animation.
But as you said a moment ago, Dragon, this is not something we're used to seeing. This is some clear, concise thinking by OMG, and maybe thinking to themselves, okay, we don't have to fight here, guys. We can step away and fight again another day. And it is...
That was just a good call.
Really working out well. OMG certainly stepping up and maybe learning a couple of tricks. Remember, of course, they've been scrimming with just about every team available here at Worlds. We obviously heard from Cloud9 their video talking about how they got to the quarterfinals. They were scrimming OMG at the time when Alliance were going down to Kaboom. So they've managed to scrim the North American teams, the Korean teams, and of course, don't forget, they were with the Chinese teams the whole time.
Well, let's see if they are able to follow through with this Z split. He's already got Blade and Brutalizer. Working towards his Ghost Blade here. They had a little bit of deep vision there, but it was quickly cleared out by Shield. So once again, Cool does try to head bottom. See if they can get this 1-3-1 going.
The timing is... Yeah, the timing's wrong, and they're going to push up, and they're going to be on the inner turret before... And OMG can react to this one, but with San now got that Trinity Force and Boots, he should be able to wipe the waves out quicker.
So the timing actually wasn't as bad as it looked just here from first glance, because there's only one wave pushing up the mid lane. They had cleared the other one. But the thing is, every time they want to do this split push here, going on the top lane, he has no flash. So if he gets caught out of position, he will go down, which can be risky. So they have to apply pressure on every single lane at the same time. And if San is not sitting in mid lane, clearing the wave instantly and actually moving down towards the tower, then he will never be able to get anything from it other than just constant wave clear, and waiting for White Shield them to make a move.
Lovely.
Yeah, he knows they're there. There's the Void Points catching them. The Howling Gale comes through, dodges out of the wave, but there wasn't quite the follow-on that OMG were looking for. Going was nearby, but he's backed off instead. He's going to start building up towards that Frozen Heart. Loveling once again caught by Watch. Gives him full vision, and they will step away. Big disparity, though, still between Save and Go-Going. That may well be a serious problem as this game develops.
Cool going back up top to split push now with the Zed, trying to create pressure on the other side where there's a big wave. Bottom, it's also going to be pushing for OMG's favor down bottom.
This is my goal, as long as they can defend the mid lane now, because then White Shield is going to have to send up Save to try and stop Cool in his one-on-one, and Cool can kill him, which would mean suddenly they have to send someone else to defend, and OMG can then push down the mid lane. But they can also just say, you know what, we don't actually care about your split pushing right now, we're just going to wait with our top laner at the tower and use the remaining 4 members to apply pressure on your mid lane here. But so far, good wave there from OMG.
Remember, Shield are trying to farm their way up to the Zanya, up to the Mikhails.
He's only got a run of ages. He's only got a run of ages. I don't think it's defensively enough. He's going to follow through. One more hit should do it. The pop goes through. Ignite is running. There's the kill. Can he get away, though? One tower hit too many. He's gone.
Second guess himself because of that sapling there, and it cost him his life.
Still, though, this was under the tower here, and I'm not sure if Cool had a chance to actually jump back to his ulti. Might have been gone the shadow just as he was about to jump out, and therefore he ends up dying for it. But the damage he has on Save, I mean, one-on-one, it is heavily in favor of Cool.
Chain Vest picked up now, but
Whoa! Link, kick onto Cloud, flashes away. The wave will catch him. Will they follow through? Yes, it is. What comes in? There's the shockwave pull. Zephyr's the one that gets on the kill, but Save. So going coming in on Watch so many times. Mixed up on the rises, but OMG, it's only a support down, but 20 seconds till Dragon will give them the vision.
Cool's on the way, though.
Oh, Loveling, don't walk into that trap. He gets clever. The Void Spice didn't land, though, so he's unaware at the moment.
Shield have controlled this
Here they go.
whole blue side.
Speed in there. Zephyr's going to be the focus, but going quickly dodging out of that. And while this is all happening, don't forget that Cool is back. He's split pushing down the bottom, clearing the waves. NaJin White Shield's chance to strike is gone.
It was a good setup, though, by Watch here, because Loveling was back in base, and he saw the chance to go in and get a kill onto Cloud, and then followed up himself after the flash. But just couldn't really get any objectives from it. Dragon is live.
Dragon is up, and Gorilla's ultimate is down, remember, because he used that wave a moment ago to catch out Cloud, which could be crucial, but OMG are not really making too many moves for it. Now they're heading in there. Gogoin's going to head off Save. They both have the teleport. It's going to be Save heading back to base.
Look at Cool here. Push up the bottom lane, placing a deep ward himself. Loveling just needs to not be caught out of position right here. Just buy time for Zed to put the pressure. Oh, teleport behind them.
Deep ward.
They didn't see it. They didn't see it.
Let's see how Salve reacts to this one. He's going to find Cloud first. San manages to get away. Monsoon from Cloud puts Save into no man's land. Going teleports in. They're going to turn on towards Save. They're going to blow everything towards him. Cool's flanking around the backside. He's trying to look for a pick offer here. He's going to try and find one, but NaJin White Shield, they group up. They have to stay strong. They have to stay as a bundle. But they're taking a hell of a lot of damage. They're getting spanked right now. Whoa! Went way too deep in there. Cool's caught out. The exhaust used on him. Have they got enough? What a great knock up there. Cool tries to get away, but Gogoin gets pulled in by the shockwave. And NaJin White Shield, they have to disengage now. But San, he wants to make the kill. Goog caught out and goes down. And OMG once again come out on top.
6 kills now on Gogoing, and they're going to get the Dragon, plus they have control of mid. OMG getting 2 objectives after.
Going for the Dragon and the tower at the same time. Risky stuff. Watch looking. He wants to try and steal, or he could just go straight for the kill for Cloud. Will back away. There's the mid turret. There's the Dragon going down. They don't need no smite. They got Gogoin. That's all they need. And he takes it down.
And that was actually, so White Shield wanted to set up the teleport behind OMG here. That was teleport home guard. We're just going to see it. There's no wards from OMG, so they have no idea what's actually happening.
All right, so first off, Cloud here gonna split them up. He gets save on the other side, so Maokai doesn't reduce damage for anybody else, and he's by himself, basically taking damage while the rest of the team's not dealing any. And then this three-man squad backs up. Here's the cool part, where OMG poke really, really hard. They corral Sword here, and they don't let them out. Lovelink from the bottom, Cool from the top, and the giant big one from Sand coming in to hit. This part was just Lovelink trying to force the fight. Allowing Cool to get in, exhaust timer, he waits out in the bush, then gets back into the fight when Going is there. The pillar of OMG's team fight here, Going, holding on to this one, and they continue this chase because they have the confidence. The Rune Prison coming back up.
And Going, you saw it there. He flashed in, ulted, and caught all 5 of them, that giant burst of damage that he has tucked up his sleeve. Let's not forget, that tier is almost fully stacked. But NaJin Whiteshield reacting, trying to put some pressure back on towards that. They're not going without a fight, but again, they find themselves in this 4,000 gold deficit.
Cool splitting, and Shield haven't had an answer here. Cool's going to get a turret right here, pretty much uncontested.
He can keep going.
Save looks very lost. He just walked top lane, realized he had to be bottom lane to try and clear it, and recalled and lost the tower.
Save has not improved his items since they had that last duel, and now, of course, Cool has picked up more. He's looking to flank around. They're trying to find a pick here.
Blade active there, Ghost Split active just to get in position.
He's going for Watch. He's going to find him. Can Watch get away? There's the kick going in. Is it enough damage? Yes, it is. He goes down. They find the pick. And again, they make it count. The minions come in. They can keep pushing this mid.
OMG out-splitting Shield, out-team-fighting Shield, controlling them so well. And now they're going to siege them. They've got pressure on all 3 lanes. They're controlling side lanes better than Shield. They're pretty much doing everything better at this point.
It is all working in their favor. Cool coming round. He takes a tower hit. Didn't want that one, but Save pushes round. They just flank around and say thank you very much. We'll push in on the inner. Gorilla and Goom trying to do what they can, but OMG come in and strip the jungle of every little minion available and then move back in for the tower.
Might be going for Goom here. Gorilla as well, using Loveling and his spikes to try and stone them away. No, Bubble to go Going.
Bubble got out. Is it enough? Going goes down. Now they can turn it around. Sand's going to get focused on. Doesn't land the twisted advance. The tower didn't quite go down. It's on the last hit. This is a risky game that OMG are playing. Remember, Baron is still available and there's no vision.
Shutdown went to Zephyr there. That is crucial for Shield. Huge influx of money for Kog'Maw, their main carry, the center of their team fight for Shield. This is their hope.
San is sticking too close.
He's all alone.
Does not choose to go for it. As you mentioned, he was all alone. Could easily have twisted advance on towards him, but instead backs away. Cool is finding himself a target. He's going for Zephyr, but Save's coming.
Oh, he just got all that money. Everyone's collapsing for him, though.
Realize it.
Cool.
He's committed at this point.
He's going for it. Is he going to get it? That's the question. Is there enough? Oh, he's got the kill. He's getting out right now. Can he get out? They're going to chase on towards him. Gorilla comes around. Aqua Prison has to be sidestepped. Oh, he doesn't quite get out of it. He went just as it came through. But has it left them exposed to anything that OMG could try and get? They're going to push on Save. They're going in. Gorilla's going to get caught out. There's the Phosphorus Proc. Dodgy's back around there. Watch comes around. This is the skirmish game that OMG loves so much. Sam's got to be careful. He's in a 4-on-1 now. They pulled him in. In comes Going though. Here goes Goom. Going gets himself in there. Goom's the focus. There's going to be Sam going down. Have they got enough damage? This is a tricky fight for OMG. But again, Going has so much damage. He just tanks them for days. Watch gets flanked out. One more shot. Loveling gets in. Gets the reset. Jumps back around. Save in trouble. He's going down. The Aqua Piston's not going to be enough to save. Oh, he got the kill. He's got Gorilla as well. And OMG clean up with a 4-for-1 fight.
They are going to be singing Going's praises for a long time here. Jenna Speed should be able to get them out.
Wow. I mean, again, 2 games in a row, you give him highs, and he is absolutely insane. I mean, this is the best top laner in China. Such a superstar. He's also the captain. He's making most of the calls for the team as well. He's been on team for such a long time. I'm not even sure what to say. I mean, he's just...
He definitely deserves it. You can tell your story about his jawline and how impressive it is as well.
I'm jealous, man. I am jealous.
I don't know. You got a pretty good jawline going.
I'm nothing compared to Going.
Let's see if he can pull more than the blue steel out, because this play, OMG, as we said at the start,
One-man shockwave,
this is their
and
fight.
this is a 4-on-4 fight. Shield focused everything trying to take down the Corki carry, but they didn't have anything left for Rise.
And White Shield's comp here, they need Zephyr to be there to deal the damage, because when you use a one-man shockwave on Goong, you have a Maokai and a Lee Sin, that is 0 damage left. So once Rise joins, he's just gonna take out.
Zephyr needs that QSS now, fast.
It's Shield who have abandoned their solo lane carry style, and OMG who have gone with the split push style here. Working out definitely in their favor. Zephyr now with the team though, and he does have at least his Blade and Trinity Force.
We even see Cole, he got Last Whisper now, which means if Save will ever want to stop him in split push again, it's going to get horrible. It's going to look terrible. It's going to look bad. I mean, Cool is going to destroy him.
Dragon is up, so Goong has to land the perfect shockwave, the one that counts the numero uno of all shockwaves to keep them in this matchup. 6,000 gold differential, Dragon fighting going down. What gets in? He gets himself another smite steal. It is the one saving grace that NaJin Whiteshield have had throughout this series. Watch has been on point with those smites.
And that could be their road back to this. Remember, Shield do have a very good late game here.
They do, as long as they can get team fights in the late game, they are looking very, very strong. I'm looking towards this Baron because down his bottom lane, Cool is splitting, Save has teleport ready, going down to try and defend the tower.
Save's built up some armor, but he's definitely gonna have to stay under the turret.
Yeah, Last Whisper's been picked
holds
up by
on to this.
Cool since the last time they dueled.
Level 17 Cool right now.
Something we know of Cool is he's not going to back down from a fight. Instead, they're going to flank around and try and shove in the waves. Look at this, they're collapsing, they're trying to move up, they're going to find Cool
Look at Zephyr.
just around the corner.
They all took the safe route through the jungle this time. Not a lot of vision left around Baron though.
We're going to need some D-wards here from OMG if they want to find these single targets when White Shield is trying to disengage. And with all this armor built up for Save, while he won't kill Cool, under the tower at least, it becomes very hard for Cool actually to jump in. At least a bit risky. We have to see if he wants to try it later on. He's going towards the Guardian Angel himself now.
Problem is, it seems for NaJin Whiteshield is why they are fairly defensive in a protect the Zephyr style. When there's so many flanks from different angles that OMG are throwing them, Going's absolutely teleporting in from some angle. Cool's going to be flying in another angle, and Sand's not afraid to get involved now that he's got the damage items in there. Infinity Edge and Trinity Force stacked in there. Looks like a potential Last Whisper's going to follow through. They really have to keep hold of him because Zephyr, they need him to be big in this game because he's not shown up in the last two.
He's the main damage dealer for White Shield. When you have the Marker, when you have Lee Sin, you have only 2 damage dealers, your mid lane and your AD carry. If you miss one of them, suddenly you have no damage.
Sneaky.
So they're sneaky.
They got the watch too.
The ninja's the one to walk straight through the vision here.
Zephyr isn't there though, he's coming from base.
They know it straight away. They're going to get out. They're going to get out quick. Loveland takes a lot of damage. Cloud also. And NaJin Whiteshield, they may try and take advantage of this and push it themselves.
OMG should just go back to splitting here. I mean, Sand has been able to hold the mid lane for pretty much the entire game long. And going into a 5 versus 5 can be a risk.
They're trying to go for the tank of all tanks. And he walks away without.
Man, is Cloud earning his weight this series? Oh, man. He bought enough time for Cool to come back from the bottom lane.
Look at that, though. They tried. They committed. They tried to pile in there. Instantly, Cool was like, I'm going to get Zephyr. Sneak around the back. Not working out this time around, but he is still just off at the side there. Zephyr very much like, no, get back.
All right, so they have a Zanya's on Orianna. They've got a Mikhail's for Gorilla to be able to add another heal to Zephyr. So lots of shields there for that Kog'Maw.
Oh, Cloud taken very low. Zephyr might be able to finish him off. Good dodging though from Cloud. Does keep him out of harm's length.
White Shield's doing a very good job forcing OMG to stay around here because of the Baron. So if Cool walked bottom lane to start splitting, White Shield could instantly start the Baron up here and force him to actually come back up and take a potential team fight. So they're doing a very good job with a lot of deep wards and the poke to simply force OMG to stay around this Baron.
Oh, they got to shove up mid right now. Base checking into this fog of war. Looks like they're going to go do it. Baron's in trouble, guys.
This is risky though because in comes
the top laner.
Running in. He's going to be the big tanky front line. Have they got enough to burst him down? He gets locked up. Nice, he goes down. That could surely be the fight for NaJin Whiteshield. They've got to flank around. They've got to land it right. And they can see OMG's disengage is so quick. They managed to get out safe, but Baron is a possibility. They've taken that top laner down, but he's still got teleport.
That OMG alarm goes off. Ooh, Baron's in trouble. We got to go check that with Going. This time around, Shield quickly trying to get the kill, and they retain vision control as well, so they can continue to bait picks like this. When you have the stronger AoE team fight, it's easier to make these calls towards the mid game. And remember, in their comeback, Shield, it was about vision control.
Oh, Gorilla got out. They're going to try and go in. Quickly backs out. That's not going to be enough damage. That's the ultimate down, but Cool does flash away. And that is going to give NaJin White Shield another advantage on this Baron.
Their comeback, Shield versus Alliance. It was all about mid-game vision control, getting picked over to Zephyr and getting him fed. Now, again, second Baron bait here. A Baron commitment.
No ulti. That is huge. He won't be able to kill Zephyr.
Oh, the teleport from Going, in he comes. The kill. Oh, Aqua Prism's too early. It was actually cancelled the teleport. They just need to get the smite steal here. Loveling has been losing out to watching these smite steal battles.
Here.
They have got a lot of damage. There's Cloud. The monster comes in. Sam gets on. Gorilla goes down. Oh, that's going to be Zephyr. He's gone out the side. The smite steal comes in as well. Loveling gets it away. And OMG decimate NaJin White Shield in the Baron pit. They drew them in, but they're a Chinese team. It is their game to play, and they beat NaJin White Shield once again.
So NaJin White Shield, they kept like dancing around this Baron because Loveling was there. He could jump in and try and steal it, and they took so much damage.
Oh, and it rained on them multiple times when Going gets in there with AoE magic
And you're
damage.
just stuck inside the Baron pit as well.
There is no way they're getting out of that one. And OMG gonna walk right into the base.
What a turnaround once again. OMG, they had the money, they had the control, and NaJin White Shield thought they were playing OMG's game. They were wrong. They were absolutely wrong. Loveling baited Watts the whole time with those smites. He's like, yeah, it's all right. I got this under control. Goes in, wins the smite, gets the inhib, and OMG stroll out the base. So much more gold to them. 12,000 gold lead now. Gigantic advantage. Look at this fight.
Yes, notice how they're staying here to keep dancing around. As soon as the teleport was cancelled, they go back into the Baron. They take so much damage from
Zephyr isn't
as well.
in there. There's no damage without Zephyr.
And then Loveling dancing around, and as soon as OMG collapsed onto them, look at Zephyr. I mean, he's all alone.
And in comes Going. They thought the teleport, they thought he's too far away from the fight. Let's go. But no, they were wrong. Very wrong.
They probably actually expected him to be standing in base with home guard boots and then cancel the teleport and be like, okay, he's long gone.
Yeah.
But he'd already ran down towards his Baron.
Going with the mind games there, and Zephyr split off from the rest of the team. Shield looks like they're crumbling from the inside out.
And the thing is, Last Whisper was just completed for Zephyr. Sure, you need it, but you also need a quick silver sash because there's a Guardian Angel on Cool, so he can go really aggressive now, dive straight onto Zephyr. He has no flash for the next fight in case OMG wants to force it now. Just one-shot him. Kill him instantly.
He's got a lot of damage, that's for sure. And NaJin White Shield, they need a Hail Mary from Watch. They need some sort of miracle pulled out because OMG are looking at the first clean sweep in the quarterfinals to face Starhorn Royal Club, a team that they've beaten twice in a best of 5, back-to-back nonetheless, in the regionals for China. It wasn't the regionals, sorry, the playoffs. And they're going to feel very confident going into this matchup, and after beating potentially a Korean team 3-0, you damn well should feel confident because they have looked immaculate this series.
It's not just that they have already taken a really, really strong hold of this series, it's how they've done it. Such clean play from OMG this whole series. The confidence, keeping their heads even when they were down in game 1, and then the decisive calls coming back time and time again.
And Going.
And Going.
Going has been incredible, and you just keep giving him rise. You just keep paying the price. Cool is keeping that split push going. He's keeping the super minions hammering on towards the Nexus turrets. NaJin White Shield are going to have to deal with that in a moment. They keep on just peeking around that side. Cool is looking to just keep throwing those shurikens in towards NaJin White Shield. Sam goes in, shielded up, gets himself another couple of hits. Doing it by the numbers right now. And NaJin White Shield are slowly losing this battle.
As long as they keep getting some damage on the tower every single time they have the chance, and it will go down eventually, and force White Shield just to engage onto them, and that's not what they want to do. I mean, Zephyr, again, still has no flash.
Oh, Gorilla's low this time around. Saves taking some punishment. Look at Loveling. He's looking to flank. He's looking to land those Void Spikes. The tower, again, getting lower and lower. They keep on poking around the side. They keep just moving towards Cool. That's why Loveling went around the side there. He needed a little bit of support. They were trying to collapse on him. But NaJin White Shield are slowly but surely being whittled down on this tower.
The tower.
Here they go. They're going to keep on it. There's the turret going down. Turret number 2 in the base. And NaJin White Shield watch on helplessly. Are they going to engage? Loveling was taken low, but he's got that Guardian Angel. He could try and bait them in there. Sand takes a little bit too much punishment. For the moment, NaJin White Shield holding on for dear life. Last gasp effort to stay in the quarterfinals. But OMG, they take themselves in Nexus. They're going to go on this one. Whoa! It is once again the going show. And he goes in. Zephyr out. No! QSS, not going to be enough. Doesn't matter, doesn't care. It's going that gets himself saved. OMG chance come out and ring around in Korea as they take down the Nexus turret. They turn on Zephyr. They take down Zephyr. Goon pulls them in, but it's not enough. It's going to be a 3-0 clean sweep, ladies and gentlemen. OMG have done it and taken down NaJin White Shield in the quarterfinals.
And they've done it with style. My goodness. Are you impressed with Cool, Zed, and Bishop?
Oh, yes. I mean, just OMG as a team, the way they've improved, the fact, first of all, they don't contest every single objective. If they're in a bad situation, they don't go for it. They showed they knew how to split push as well. They played the team fight perfectly. I mean, OMG looked so good in this series.
They are definitely over any nerves that they had in the group stages, removed all doubt here.
The fact that they're facing in the semi-final a team they've already beaten twice in the best-of-5 series is going to give them so much confidence.
A team they know as well.
What amazing semi-finals we had ahead ourselves when we get to Seoul. The two Samsungs facing each other in an all-Korean clash. OMG and Starhorn Royal Club in an all-China clash. It's going to be a Korea-China world final once again, just like last year. And my God, we've got 4 awesome teams in them semi-finals now.
Yeah, if you can take down NaJin's Shield, the 3rd seed from Korea, 3-0, you can definitely give Samsung teams a run for their money as well. We're going to have to see what Royal Club can do against OMG.
The thing for me is NaJin White Shield just found wanting. You know, they switched up. They tried to poke in the first 2 games, didn't work. Okay, let's switch to a team fight comp. OMG react and say, we reckon they're probably going to change things up here. Oh, by the way, you give Go and Rise, so we'll just go split push you. And they did it brilliantly. This is something we haven't seen from them throughout this tournament.
Yeah, OMG pretty much did everything better than Shield during this series. Every single answer that came up, any variable was dealt with.
And the jungle matchup, we talked about it before the whole thing even started. Loveling just outshined Watch completely, every single game. This was first pick Lee Sin.
And let's not forget, this is a team that was one swing of the claw away, one spike out there from losing to Fnatic.
Yeah.
And suddenly, they managed to get the victory and turn it around. They've had really a dramatic way to the semi-finals, that's for sure.
And a lot of, I would say a lot of hard weeks for OMG, even going into Worlds, like qualifying the 3rd seed as well. There's a lot of problems, again, with the new support changes, internal problems on the team, and yet they overcome it and just get better and better and better from every single game they play. This semi-final is going to be absolutely insane.
Yep. And for that guy that was just on your screen, watch his 3rd consecutive Worlds. Not going to get further as he was continually improving and progressing. Definitely gut-wrenching blow for that whole team. Did not expect to get 3-0'd.
No, absolutely, and myself included, and a lot of people on the analyst desk, a lot of people out there, thought the NaJin White Shield were by far the favorites in this lower team.
Me and Kobe obviously knew it.
Everybody looked at obviously the layout and saw the 2 Samsungs in the top, NaJin White Shield with 3 Chinese teams. They've got to run to the final, but my God, China has turned up to perform in these knockout stages. They were looking a little shaky in the groups, but damn, they're stepping up their game.
Yeah, the pick and ban phase was great. Again, the tactic, we keep talking about how OMG has adapted well. They've improved a lot. They look really, really strong, and they look like they have multiple options now in the way they want to play, because we just saw the split pushing work as well, where normally they've been like 5 versus 5 team fight only.
And that's actually something you should draw attention to is for NaJin White Shield is you look at those regionals, why they did go through 9-1, they played a fairly similar style, fairly similar champion pool throughout it. And OMG seemed to have looked at that, figured it out, and just said, okay, we'll ban this, take this away. They took away the Lulu, forced him back onto the Z, came in with the double exhaust. This time around, they pretty much sure that he was going to go for Oriana. I even knew he was going for an Oriana, so they definitely knew he was going for it. So they seem to have that just the whole way through. Whoever's doing the research for OMG seems to be doing a good job.
They've had great planning, and they've executed every single game plan with a level of confidence, and everyone has stayed calm the entire time, too. So when they face Royal Club, who is a team that, you know, gets you kind of scared with Uzi on the front line and doing a lot of damage, they can stay together and they can keep their cool.
Yeah, it's something we talked about in the Dragon Pit. You know, they didn't go for the fight. It kind of surprised us. They normally would have gone for it. Instead, they kept their cool. Shox is standing by with a member of victorious OMG.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm standing by with who else then going after that amazing series. First up, you guys came into this as the underdog. You swept NaJin Shield 3-0. Was it Cloud, or what allowed you to rise to this new level?
在这次比赛之前，大家都预期NaJin Shield 会击败你们，但是事实证明你们3比0横扫了他们。对于这个，你觉得是什么让你们完全上升到了一个新的一个档次，成为一个新的一个水平？
可能队伍之间的信任吧，还有最近一些很刻苦的训练吧，然后大家心里的目标都一样，抛除了一些杂念吧，专心致志吧。
I think it's the trust among our team members and also the effort we put in the past couple of days. We put a lot of effort, practice a lot, and we have the same target. We have the same goal in this World Championship. That helped us to spread out all the things that is not relevant and help us to a new level.
It definitely shows. Now, going, you personally have sacrificed so much. How validating is it for you to be just one series away from the World Championship final?
我们之前看过你在《Road to Worlds》里面的纪录片，也知道你一路牺牲了很多，走到今天。你觉得现在你离决赛只有一步之遥，还再来一场5胜3负，你们就可以进入决赛。你这时候你心里怎么想？
就很开心，也很幸运能走到这一步吧。也感谢我的队友吧。然后我们一起努力吧。
It's very happy and I feel really lucky to be here. Thanks to my team members, and we will try our best.
Have you been able to talk to your family at all? Have they been able to give you some words of encouragement throughout this?
你这过程里面有没有跟你的家庭说过些什么？他们给过你什么样的努力？你想努力和鼓励？你想对他们说些什么呢？
其实我爸妈也都会看我比赛吧。然后我希望他们能保重身体吧。然后我一定会加油的。
My parents are watching my games as well, and I hope they can take care of themselves, and I will try my best.
Well, you are, and you have the semifinal coming up versus Starhorn Royal Club. Long history between you guys. You fell versus them in the quarterfinal last year. What will allow you to beat them this time, this Sunday?
你们马上就要进入半决赛，然后跟皇族正式的对阵。去年在那8进4的时候，你们被他们击败了。你们觉得你们今年你怎么看？你觉得能够让你们击败他们最主要的因素会是什么？
其实皇族，我觉得皇族这个队伍挺克我们的，就不知道为什么就。 跟他们打的时候，就可能感觉他们突然就变得很厉害，很厉害了。然后我这一次的话，我们就一定会使出各种套路来搞定他们。
In the past, in players' perception, Royal always counters us, and I felt the same as well. And I felt like they suddenly became super strong when they're against us. So this time we will try whatever we can do, and we can take them down.
It's going to be a fantastic game. Finally, you are not the home crowd team yet. People were chanting OMG, OMG. Is there anything you want to say to them and the people at home watching?
在这次比赛后面，我们也听到所有的玩家、所有的粉丝都在大喊 OMG, OMG。你对在场的粉丝和电视机前、电脑前面的粉丝有什么想说的吗？
我爱你们吧。
I love you guys very much.
Thank you very much. See you in the semifinals. Going. And as for us, we're going to go back over to the guys at the desk.
Thank you very much, Shox. Congratulations to Going and the entirety of OMG, because, oh my God, did they deliver. They really outshone Shield in every single category. Before we break down the game, let's get straight to a replay. 36 minutes on the clock. Going, once again, just goes and keeps going. And this was really the game-winning fight. So, Monty, Double Lift, Crippo, you guys can fight for whoever
Yeah,
wants to talk
we
about
were
this.
fighting about this one.
Yeah, go ahead,
Let's
Monty.
get it
You can
rolling
have
and we'll yell over each other. So the Baron fight starts right here, and I just love this initial teleport
Look
here.
at Cloud. Look at Cloud.
Yeah, knocks him into the pit. Teleport was already done, unfortunately, so you guys can take it over.
Zephyr actually flashed like completely away from his team, which didn't allow them to peel for her. Like you could tell Goong was really confused. He died without even ulting because Zephyr died so quickly, flashing the wrong way.
So they just keep them in the pit. Like it's like shooting fish in a barrel with a Janna ulti, and they keep Zephyr out there. They kill Nami in the cast animation of Tidal Wave. Again, Going is so smart in selecting his targets, but the best play that he did was right before that.
Yeah, the teleport play that we didn't get to see on the camera was he had his teleport up, right? And so he starts teleporting on that ward right in front of the Baron pit. He sees the Nami bubble coming in that's perfectly timed with his teleport ending, so he would have been caught in it. Instantly cancels and just walked up instead, and Cloud just keeps him in the pit until he can get there. Just really good teleport play, beautiful teamwork from OMG.
Absolutely mind-boggling. OMG, for me, demonstrated an ability to win games 1 and 2 with a fairly similar style. It was fairly brute force.
Yeah.
They didn't let the sidewave pushes from Shield bother them at all. And in game 3, they actually split push. They actually used those side lanes quite effectively, held off against Shield. It's a level of control and strategic play we're not quite accustomed to with OMG.
I think Cool was schooling Goong on how to play an efficient Z lane by playing well in the mid lane and then transitioning that to a side lane early in the game. We can't stress this enough. If you're playing Z, you need to move out to side lanes, switch your AD carry, preferably with some wave clear into the mid lane, and start split pushing. Open up that map and then collapse or start pinstring in the middle.
Absolutely, and you know they also executed the 1-3-1 better. When we had seen NaJin White Shield, they had an opportunity when they had that casted in with the Zhonya's Hourglass power spike in a previous game. Didn't execute it, but OMG was really on top of their strategy in this series.
Yeah, and I was really happy that my prediction of Watch getting exposed as kind of a weaker jungler was right. He did actually outsmite Loveland in a couple dragons, and in game 2 he actually stole Baron when they were super far behind, but it wasn't enough to actually do anything.
He's
and
a
the entire
PvE
time,
jungler.
Huh?
PvE.
Okay, he's a PvE jungler.
Right, we talked about some of the players and the strategy that OMG succeeded in this matchup, but we have to highlight Going once more. He really stepped up. You know, if anybody watched Road to Worlds, this guy was heartbroken at the loss last year quarterfinals. He was so determined coming into the 2014 World Championships, and one quote that sticks with me is he said, "I'm more afraid of being indecisive than of losing." And that really showed through during the course of this series. What a play.
Also, how does he get Rise so many times? I don't know.
Yeah,
I have a very limited understanding about League of Legends sometimes, but that man should not have Rise
He
so many times.
should not have Rise at all, and if you're going to let that Rise stay up, then you need to go ahead and like first pick it or have a plan on how to deal with it. Now, I liked NaJin White Shield's comp for the first time in this series this last game, but they didn't execute it, and they really threw at that Baron fight. But the thing that's so powerful about Going is not only what a fantastic player he is, but the fact that he allows San, who's arguably a weaker AD carry, to continually get champions like Corki and Lucian with strong early games so he doesn't fall behind.
So if you ever rewatch these matches, just pay attention to what Going does in team fights. Whenever somebody's about to die and he could steal that kill, he just immediately moves on to the next target, sometimes even flashing for a next snare, and he knows that the target that he leaves behind will die soon enough so his teammates can follow up and get the next guy. He is so fucking smart.
Double Lift, just before we get on to the rest of the bracket, we saw Cloud coming in here. Cloud got Janna all 3 games. I don't think we're going to see Rise. I don't think we're going to see Janna, or at least it has to be taken away. Cloud, in my mind, transformed and leveled up this team.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he got Janna 3 out of 3 games, which, to be honest, Janna's not a great playmaking support, so you don't really have to have great like situational awareness, team fight awareness to really use Janna. It's more just like stay on top of your carries and make sure they don't die. It's pretty defensive, but it fits their style exactly because Going is the one who's like, I'm doing this, like I'm initiating, and then you guys are just going to follow up. San is just kind of a utility bot, and Cool plays Assassins mainly, so it just kind of works out really well.
It really, really does. With that victory, I want to update the bracket as we do have all 4 of our semi-finalists now locked in. It is a Korea versus Korea battle as Samsung Blue and Samsung White once again go toe-to-toe in the semi-finals. They will be facing off against one of the Chinese squads between Starhorn Royal Club and OMG. This is a rematch of last year's quarterfinal, which Royal Club ended up winning. And in this head-to-head, Royal Club has got a better win-loss record than OMG. Before I open it up to the panel to talk about the 2 semi-finals, we are constantly reminded that the World Championship is truly a global event. Check out this World's viewing party that CLG, high five, hosted in Hollywood, California, where the fans were chanting OMG a lot along with the Korean fans behind us. They burned the midnight oil to watch these games. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, Peter, you can now have your job as a professional party planner instead of.
Oh boy,
instead
dude!
of
I'm the life of the party. Just turned 21, by the way.
Congratulations. Right, as you make your viewing preparations for the semifinals and finals, be sure to keep showing how you world with us. Tweet your photos at LOL Esports. Use the hashtag worlds. You might just get your video featured on our show. So, semifinals, they are quickly approaching. Let's talk down the line about each of them. Blue versus white. I mean, Monty, you're seeing this again. Does white have what it takes this time around?
I really don't know. I mean, one of the things that I'm going to be doing this next week is I think that a lot of the key is going to be in the pick and bans for this series. So I'm going to go back and look pretty carefully about the pick and bans before I issue a prediction here, because I think this is the closest we've ever seen blue and white before.
Double Lift, what about your opinion on blue and white and what you're expecting from that series?
Oh man, it's really hard, but yeah, I just felt like white played a lot cleaner, despite the fact that they both won 3-1, so the record doesn't really show it, but blue was making a lot of big mistakes in their games.
I think if there's any team that white is going to respect, it has to be blue. So those shenanigans of early not counter or letting themselves be counterpicked in pick and bans is not going to happen again. And they've been playing better when they actually fix their draft. So I actually think white's going to take it.
So what about the other side, Crepper? You've got Starhorn Royal Club that really showed up in their quarterfinal. You've got OMG that showed up even more. I'm going to go and say that. Who's got the advantage in your mind?
I just want to highlight the stylistic difference between one side the Samsung teams and then the other side just China like brawl. So this is going to be really fun to see both sides of League of Legends. And honestly, I don't know who's going to take the one.
Oh man, this is going to be so fun for me to watch. You know what's really funny though is Zero won 3 games, their 3 games, when they 3-2'd EDG on Janna. And so did Cloud right here, 3-0 with Janna. So I feel like Janna's going to be either picked or banned really quickly every single game. And it's really just going to be decided on Rise and Janna, as we saw in this series and last series.
Hey, look, NaJin Shield didn't realize that this series, so let's see what happens. Monty Cristo.
Oh man, I'm all about OMG now. They turned me into just a massive fan. Got their jersey already, but yeah, I think that Cola going matchup is kind of a disastrous mismatch in favor of OMG. And if they can keep their play up like they did today, I think they can take it.
I'm stumped. Monte Cristo owns a non-Korean jersey. There are no words.
You don't even have a CLG jersey.
Hey, I have an OMG scarf too. I busted that out at All Stars.
Very true that you did. Guys, as we turn our focus to the final stages of the World Championship, let's take a look back at the action that sent the 4 teams into the semifinals.
White will take down Team Solomon in the quarterfinals. That's the blue of hell! Blue, victorious. Just like their sister team, they will now face each other in the semi-final. It's Royal Club that do it the hard way and go through. It just gets ripped apart by OMG. OMG have done it. They've taken down NaJin Whiteshield.
The 2014 World Championship keeps delivering. We had fantastic group stages. We've had fantastic quarterfinals. And as a reminder, the semifinals will be taking place at the Olympic Gymnastics Arena in Seoul, Korea. This coming Saturday, October 11th, at 10 a.m. Central European Summer Time, which is 1 a.m. Pacific. Be sure to tune in. If anything, we've learned that these games are going to be incredible. We'd like to extend once again a heartfelt thank you to the city and the people of Busan for hosting us, the analyst desk, the show, the event. We have had an incredible time here and even better games. We look forward to coming back. But for now, it's onwards to Seoul, which will be our setting for the final leg of Worlds. And I'd like to once again thank all of our analysts for joining us here on the desk. From myself, the rest of the casters, the broadcast crew, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on Saturday as the 2014 League of Legends World Championship continues.
Let it be crumbs.
Let it be crumbs.
Let it be crumbs.
Stop it.
once again. Cool comes around the side. Colin comes in. Lovely gets it down. Zephyr just completely caught out. Gorilla, that unbreakable not going to stop 5 members of OMG. Game 2 goes OMG's way. China is one step away from an all-China semi-final. Sound gets on. Gorilla goes down. Oh, that's going to be Zephyr. He's gone out the side. This spike still comes in as well. Lovely gets it away. It's going to be a 3-0 clean sweep, ladies and gentlemen. OMG have